There is nothing in this world that can shift you. There's nothing in this world that can shake you because you know who you are. And this year is going to be a lot of noise outside, a lot of chaos outside. And if you are not anchored in your truth, if you're not deeply rooted in your truth, in your own divine truth, then you're going to be like the tumbleweed blowing in the wind of all the noise and chaos. And my love, I do not wish that on you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode on the Sovereign Goddess podcast. So, this year, I am really inspired to talk more about tools and inspirations that will support you and that will also pull you into your inner world so you can discover more about yourself. And the more I sit with this theme for this year, the more it gets clearer. And I know as we move through the year, it's going to get clearer and clearer. But this year, we're really being called to go within, to discover who we are. We've heard this many times in the past, like, know who you are. I mean, one of the biggest pillars of our journey, know thyself, heal thyself, right? The first step is going within to know who you are. Here's the thing. We know the Aquarian age. Aquarian age has to do with our community. The world is like the bigger world outside of us and how we can be of service to our communities. And in the past, many have learned to be of service in a way that is not in integrity with them. And so therefore the version of them that steps out into the community to help is usually either the wounded self or the part of them that is detached from the real self, right? There's so many irregulation, if that's a word, dissociation going on. And the Aquarian age this year is really bringing the focus, is pulling us in, showing us how important it is for us to go within, to focus on ourselves, focus on who we are, focus on getting to know who you are, focus on being real in knowing who you are, being authentic, right, from that place. And then from there, knowing who you are, you step forward with your best self in service to the community. This is not the age of the martyr, okay, where you are killing yourself so that someone else can live a better life. You are suffering so that someone else can have it better. No, 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 no. That needs to stop. If you're still doing this, I hope that by now you realize and recognize that it's not doing anybody any good, including yourself. You are needed as much as everyone else. You are as unique and beautiful and important as everyone else. So take that time to heal yourself. Take that time to gift yourself something beautiful. Treat yourself right. Be happy. And then from that place, go out in the community and be of service in however way you're being called to do so. You cannot be of service if you are not whole within yourself, if you're not one within yourself. However you are, and you show up in the community as that or in the world as that fragmentation, that disharmony, that dissociation, that wounded parts of you, right, wounded aspects of you will be mirrored back to you. And that's not doing anyone any good. But when you step into the community and you understand your own psyche, you understand your own journey of healing, of resurrection, of of standing up, in confidence and courage, you can share how you got to be where you are, and that can help someone else. Your wisdom from your journey is what is needed. This is not a time of fake it till you make it. This is a time of really being that, is embodying the truth of who you are, and then stepping out from that place. And I'm saying this because I have a feeling there'll be people who try this where they step in because that's all they've known. Here's something, there's nothing wrong with that, because not many of us were taught these at a very young age. So you're doing what you know. But I am hoping that you are inspired to break out of the comfort box and explore the possibilities that is out there. I know you feel it. And yes, I know that you might be afraid to step out. But until you do, you never know what is possible. That box not only protects you, but it also shields you from everything. So perhaps the calling for you, part of the calling for you is to find your courage and your confidence to step outside of the box. That'll be the first step. And that first step alone can open up so much for you. But you have to make that step. The universe will provide you with the support, with the inspiration, with the motivation, with the nurturing, anything that you need to make this step. But it is up to you to say, I receive it, thank you, and I'm going to use it to move forward. I'm going to use it as a momentum to move forward. Because once you step outside of the box, you are introduced to a world of possibilities, and you can begin to explore who you are. You can begin to explore what you're here to do, what you like, what you don't like, where you want to put your energy, where you don't want to put your energy, what kind of people you want to surround yourself with, and why, and who do you say no to. I was telling my husband this weekend, and I was like, life is an experiment. Each choice that we make in life is what creates our reality. And yes, that might be scary, but that also means that we have the power at any moment to make a different choice to create a different outcome. We hold that power. The universe is just here to support us in whatever decision we make, as long as we make a decision, right? Because if you don't, you're stagnant. You're just stuck in that same thing over and over and over, right? That's just insanity, right? But you're stuck in that same thing. So the universe can only do so much until you decide to take a different step to shift things up. But we have the choice. Each choice we make is what creates our reality. So that means that anytime, like at any given point, we can choose to make a different choice to get a different outcome. We hold the key. The universe just supports us. I hear many times, even my husband does this, where it's like, oh, the universe pulled the rug from underneath me. The universe did this and the universe did that. If you're one of those people who say that, I want to say this. The universe supports you in whatever decision you make, right? That's part of the deal. You come here, earth plane, you came here to learn certain things. But your soul is in charge, and your soul is here to learn and grow. So it's not the universe pulling the rug from underneath you. It's your soul pulling it so you can learn something. Your soul is here to learn. Your soul wants to learn and grow spiritually. And your soul is the one that brings you all the challenges and all the goods, I mean, everything that you need so that you can evolve soulfully, right? So a lot of people tend to blame the universe or a higher power for something that didn't go right in their life. And they forget that their soul, their own soul, our own soul has a plan for us for this journey that we're on here on this planet. And this is why it's so important for us to go within and learn about yourself, learn who you are. Who is your soul? Do you know who you are as a soul? You got to get to know your own soul to understand why you're having certain experiences. Now, it doesn't mean that the challenging experiences will stop, but it means that you will learn the tools that you already have that can help you through the challenges. This is why I'm very passionate at teaching women or bringing women, guiding women back to themselves, to know themselves, because there's great power there. That is the first pillar, the first step. Know thyself. Because when you know yourself and you operate from that core truth, there is nothing in this world that can shift you. There's nothing in this world that can shake you because you know who you are. And this year is going to be a lot of noise outside, a lot of chaos outside. And if you are not anchored in your truth, if you're not deeply rooted in your truth, in your own divine truth, then you're going to be like the tumbleweed blowing in the wind of all the noise and chaos. And my love, I do not wish that on you. Even those of us who have done the work for many years, is still an intense time. And we are still reminded constantly, each time we wake up, to anchor in our truth and to ask ourselves, what is my truth? What is the purpose? Who, what am I connecting to? Why am I connecting to that or who? I make the choices. I understand my choices and I move from that place. This is the year that you're being asked to really master yourself, capital S, self. Get to know yourself. Get to know yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And if you're ready to do this and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Oh my gosh. Well, first up, let's just set the intention right now. As you're listening to my voice, there's already an activation going on. There's a reason why you were drawn to this podcast episode. There's a reason why you're here listening to me. And there's also a healing moving through my voice, a frequency of activation moving through my voice to those who say yes to it. So if you're here, it wasn't a coincidence. You're meant to be here. So set the intention right now. I am ready to know who I am. Show me the step. Now, this step might come in a book that someone buys for you, and you're like, fascinating. I want to read this, right? Or a show that you start watching that just pulls you right in, and you're like, it puts you in this deep contemplation about who you are and your core self, right? Or a conversation that you have with someone that inspires you to go do more research about the human psyche or the way the mind works, right? Pay attention to all of these, because all of these are the universe's way or spirit's way of guiding you, and especially your soul's way of guiding you. I wanted to say this real quick because if anybody is wondering what is the soul, because it popped in, this is how I see the soul. The soul is like the your spirit body, so the part of you that's anchored and right there with source, right? Source light. And then your physical body, which is here, doing the mundane things, walking, moving, eating, all of that. Your soul is when those two come together. So the soul is right in between and it's within you. So you have your physical body, you have your soul right here, and then you have your spiritual body holding space in source light, right in the center of source. So this is connection to your unlimited self. I mean, seriously, if you think life is fascinating, you haven't delved into the mystery of who you are. Now, that is fascinating. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love spirituality and psychology. Learning about the human psyche is truly a never ending discovery. Like it just is fascinating to me and I love it. I love it. I love learning. The more I learn, the more opens up for me. That is who we are. We are mysteries unfolding, mysteries upon mysteries unfolding, because we are an eternal being. This physical body is anchored to this lifetime, but our soul moving into the spirit is eternal. We've had so many experiences on so many planets and realities and encounters. Like, we have so much wisdom, and this is why we have the Akashic records, which is where we can go and learn more about who we were in the past and our dreams in the future. Like, I see it as a library. It might be different for everyone, but we have a library in the ethers that we can go to and discover who we are. There's so many ways to do this. And the first step is asking, show me, where should I go? Show me the first step. And then follow through with that, because as you follow through with whatever comes to you, for example, if someone bought you a book and you're like, this is interesting, right? And then you read that book, guess what? That's going to open up to the next step. And that's going to open up to the next step. And things will just keep opening. And as it's opening, it's not opening outward, it's opening inward. We're doing the inner work here. This is where the ancient wisdom come in. This is why I incorporate these wisdom into my own mystery school, which is Goddess Unleashed. Bringing in astrology, numerology, human design, gene keys, right? All of those they're like wisdom of ourselves. We can use those to understand more about who we are, why we are the way we are, why we think the way we think, why we feel the way we feel, where we came from, where we're going, what is our purpose, all of it. Who we were in the past, who we're meant to be in the future, like all of it. It just opens the doors. I call myself an eternal learner, an eternal student, because I have a deep curiosity when it comes to the human psyche and our beingness, and all of this is wrapped in spirituality. Spirituality is like my superpower, right? Everything is wrapped in there. And for me, I feel like this lifetime is really seeing how spirituality, and I'm not talking about dogmatic spirituality, I'm talking about spirituality as in your connection to the divine. That's how I see spirituality. This lifetime for me is observing, learning, and teaching others how spirit unfolds into the physical and manifest into the physical. Although everything that we're doing, I feel like we're making our way back to the times where spirit and physical were one and operating as one, not separate, not outside of us, but all one within us. So if this conversation has sparked or inspired you, and you would like to start the journey of your mystery unfolding, I want to invite you into my containers. You can join the Goddess Unleashed, or you can join my Elevated Empath, especially if you're an energy healer, an intuitive, empathic. Then that container is great for you, because not only will you learn about who you are as an empath, but also the tools that can help you thrive as an empath. Goddess Unleash is where you go to truly learn about who you are and fully embody who you are. It's the path of the goddess unfolding. It's the path of the goddess you coming out to play. It is both journeys are fun for me. and the women that come in, there's huge transformation for them. Major transformation for them. So if you're ready, I would love to work with you. All right, my loves. This is it for this episode. I'll be back. There's plenty more to talk about. And if you have any questions, please send it to me. Who knows? I might answer your question as an episode. So don't be shy. Send me messages. Let me know what you thought about this episode. What inspired within you as you were listening? And what would you like to hear more of? All right, my loves. Until next time.